I would also like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people. We pay respect to their elders, both past, present and emerging, and we acknowledge the deep feelings of attachment and relationship Victorian Aboriginal peoples have to country. We also acknowledge the contribution made by the many migrants who have chosen to call Australia home by building new lives and adding to the richness of the land, just like my parents did in the 1960s, and I was lucky enough to be born in this beautiful country. I would like to express my deepest appreciation for having the pleasure to share this special time with you. You have all made this Iftar dinner more memorable and enjoyable with your presence. I would like to acknowledge the contribution of Minister Robin Wynne, MP, the Minister for Multicultural Affairs, Housing and Planning, along with Mr Neil Angus, the Shadow Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, Consumer Affairs and Assistant Treasurer, and the Australian Intercultural Society, in particular our good friend, the Executive Director Ahmed Keskin, for their efforts in building and bridging between individuals and communities and sowing the seeds for a harmonious society. Recently, at Football Victoria, we were delighted in appointing Hakeem Al-Aribi to a position of community and human rights advocate. Many of you would be familiar with his story after he was detained in a Thai prison awaiting his possible extradition to Bahrain, where his life was in grave danger. Through the power of football and our community, and the Players Football Association, John Didalic is here today, I should acknowledge, in partnership, we were able to collaboratively work together to save a young man's life. And we had Craig Foster as well, who played a key role in that important effort. It was a privilege to hear from my good friend Nicole Livingston. We've worked in the same sport. Now it's a turf war between women and girls playing football and footy. A champion athlete and media personality who's doing fantastic things at the AFL, enhancing the women's game for the players and raising its profile across Australia. And we implore that and applaud you and wish you all the best. A special thanks goes to Mr Sinan Bekir Pamuk for his wonderful music performance, and to Mr Nbiya Hissar for the soothing voice in reciting verses from the Holy Quran and the call to prayer. The Sofitel staff would like to thank you for your wonderful hospitality tonight. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work behind the scenes of preparing tonight's event, the quiet achievers of the AIS, Tanya Dean, Mujdat Keser, Jada Rasuloglu, Begum Yilmaz, Ali Riza, and the rest of the AIS members, the volunteers who have contributed in making tonight a reality. It is through these kinds of gatherings that we really get a taste of the diversity of our beautiful Australian community. We get the opportunity to learn about the different customs practiced, as I did tonight, by the various ethnic and faith groups within our community. It shows how important it is that for our harmonious society, we need to get to know one another, enhance our understanding of each other so that we treat everyone with dignity and respect. These are the key ingredients for a successful yet resilient, cohesive society. Finally, I want to thank our MC, Miss Madeline Morris, who did a stellar job. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. As a token of their appreciation, AIS would like to present you with a gift. I'd like to invite Matt Allday from Capital Wealth Advisors to present the gift to Madeline. Thank you again for your company, and I hope to see you all again at the next Iftar dinner and other future events. Ramadan Mubarak to all. Thank you.